Hello, in this session we will be discussing about the same module 3 and we will be continuing with the fuel cells. In the last class we have completed the anti-knocking agents and unleaded petrol and also we studied the biodiesel. Remember in this chapter energy systems we are we are studying about biodiesel fuel cells and also the solar cells. Okay, we are studying about other remaining other than the fossil fuels what can be used as a alternate sources of energy, and that we are concentrating more. Okay, so we will be continuing with the fuel cells here in this session. Okay, so what are fuel cells? What are the fuel cells? Fuel cells are the galvanic cells in which the electrical energy is obtained by the combustion of fuels. Here the fuels are supplied from outside and do not form the integral parts of the cells. These do not store energy. Electrical energy can be obtained continuously as long as the fuels are supplied and the products are removed simultaneously. In these aspects, fuel cell differs from conventional electrochemical cells. Okay, we have studied in our chemistry. The batteries we have studied. Okay, batteries are like they are similar to the fuel cells, but there is a difference between batteries and fuel cells. Even they will convert the chemical energy into electrical energy, but slight difference is there. We will look into it in this chapter. Okay, so batteries, what will happen? Chemical energies are stored, they will be converting them into the electrical energy, right? Even the fuel cells are the galvanic cells, okay, in which the electrical energy is directly obtained from the combustion of the fuels. Okay, here we will not be calling the active components as anodic and cathodic components. Okay, we will not call them as a anodic and cathodic components. We will call them as a fuel and oxidant. Anodic component we are calling it as fuel, and cathodic component is always most probably oxygen or oxidant. Okay, in the case of batteries we will be calling it as a anode and cathodic components. In fuel cells we call them as a fuel and oxidants. Okay, and these fuel cells, they do not store energy. That means in batteries all the active components will be stored inside the battery, right? All the chemicals like anodic component will be there, anode will be there, cathodic component, cathode, electrolytes, a separator, all those forms are integral parts of the battery. But in fuel cells there will be a continuous movement of fuel and oxidant. Okay, they will not be storing energy, but only there will be a continuous movement and reaction and will be converting the chemical energy into the electrical energy. Okay, fuel cells are the galvanic cells which converts the chemical energy of the electrochemical reaction into electrical energy directly. That must be written here for fuel cells, then only you will be getting a full marks for a definition. Directly they are converting the chemical energy into electrical energies. This is the reaction in fuel cells. The fuel reacts with oxygen to form a oxidation products and electricity. What are all the advantages of fuel cells? The fuel cells advantages are the power output here will be high compared to the batteries. The conversion will be higher here. Okay, there it may be less. Here higher conversions will be taking place and they do not pollute the atmosphere. Here in the case of the fuel cells, they will not be liberating any toxic byproducts. Okay, so it is environmentally friendly, or we can call it as it is eco-friendly, so that they will not be polluting the atmosphere. And electrical energy can be obtained continuously. As long as we will be supplying the fuel and the oxidant, they will be generating the electric current continuously, and the maintenance cost will be less. Okay, and high energy efficiency of the energy conversions compared to the batteries. Here there will be high efficiency of the energy conversions will be there, and low thermal and noise pollution will be there. No noise pollution will be there, and also the less thermal pollution will be there. And coming to the limitations, so the initial cost will be very high, like in solar cells. Here also the initial cost will be high, and here the fuel and oxidant will be used. Usually the fuel used will be hydrogen, methanol, like that. Methanol will be cheaper, but in the case of hydrogen and all, the pure hydrogen costs more. Okay, gaseous fuels must be stored under pressure. otherwise it will be decreasing the efficiency. Like until the pressure is there, it will be efficient. Once the pressure reduces, efficiency also reduces. So always we need to store the gaseous fuels under pressure. Next is what are the difference between the conventional batteries and fuel cells? Very important. This general, all this, they will combine and ask a very general question. What are fuel cells? In what way they differ from conventional batteries? What are advantages and disadvantages? We discussed what are fuel cells, advantages, disadvantages also I told. Now it is the difference between the conventional batteries. See here, in the case of conventional batteries, the secondary batteries are rechargeable. Okay, you have to specify that secondary batteries are rechargeable, because the primary batteries we just have to use and discard it, right? Okay, so the secondary batteries are rechargeable. In the case of fuel cells, the fuel cells are not rechargeable. Okay, they will be generating the electricity until we supply the fuel and oxidant continuously. Okay, and in the conventional batteries, the anodic component, cathodic component, electrolyte, separator, all those things will be stored in the battery. Okay, so they form the integral parts of the battery. But in the case of a fuel cell, there is a continuous movement of fuel and oxidant, okay, in and out of the cell. Okay, there will be movement of fuel and oxidant through the anodic and cathodic electrodes continuously. Okay, this is the second important differentiation. All the chemicals will be stored in the cell, in the battery, whereas in the fuel cells there will be a continuous movement of fuel and oxidant. Okay, and in the case of the conventional batteries, okay, the construction cost may be higher. Okay, and here in the case of fuel cells, construction cost is low. Okay, it is applicable only for few, as I said you. In the case of, if we are using hydrogen gas now as a fuel, it will be costlier. And one more thing costly in the case of fuel cells is catalysts will be used, electrocatalysts. So the catalysts are automatically costlier. Okay, that should be kept in mind. Okay, and the lifetime is short in the case of batteries. Okay, they will be having a very short lifetime. Shelf life and cycle life will be less. And in the case of fuel cells, the lifetime will be very long. Okay, they will be working for a long time. There will not be any failure. In the case of batteries may be failed. Okay, batteries may be dead. Okay, because of the drying of all the active components. But in the case of fuel cells, they will not get dry and they will never get dead. Okay, it will be working for a long time. So lifetime of the conventional batteries is lesser, and as of that of the fuel cells are very high. Okay, fuel cells are having many advantages. Even in a satellite or missile systems, the fuel cells will be liberating, for example, hydrogen oxygen cell. Okay, when it works, hydrogen and oxygen, when they are combined, it is liberating water. Okay, what type of water? It's not of waste, like it liberates the water which is of potable quality. Okay, so it is suitable for drinking. Okay, and it will not be liberating any of the byproducts which is toxic in nature. So it is always eco-friendly or environmentally friendly, and no noise pollution will be there. So compared to the conventional batteries, the fuel cells are better, okay, compared to the conventional battery, and instantly they will be producing large amount of energies depending on the amount of the fuel supplied. Okay, fuel supplied, and usually this will be used in a like wherever energies are required instantly, okay, or fastly, wherever the energies are required, like in military, maybe in a military uses, or in a industries where large amount of energies are required in a short amount of time. Okay, in that places the fuel cells are used. Okay, these are about the conventional batteries and fuel cells. So when this question is asked, we have to write what are fuel cells. Fuel cells are the galvanic cells which convert the chemical energy of the electrochemical reaction directly into electrical energy. Okay, and then you have to write advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is it is environmentally friendly, eco-friendly, no production of any of the byproducts. Okay, and coming to the disadvantages, it's the initial cost will be high, and when we use fuels like hydrogen, the cost of that will be high, and also the gaseous fuels, when we are using, okay, they should be under pressure. Okay, and then you have to write the differentiation like this. Okay, your very simple differentiation, like the batteries are rechargeable, the fuel cells are not rechargeable, and all the components will be forming integral parts of the battery in the case of the batteries, and in the case of the fuel cells there will be a continuous movement of the fuel and oxidant in and out of the cell, and construction cost of the batteries may be high and fuel cells will be lesser. And coming to the lifespan, of the batteries will be less, and the fuel cells, it will be working for a long time, and it will be producing the energy until we supply the fuel and oxidant through the anodic and cathodic compartments. Only the thing is, initial cost and some of the catalysts and fuel used, no, they will be costlier. Okay, thank you.